Hi, my beautiful artists. Welcome to my channel. It's Jennifer here. And today we are painting this very lovely, very fun, quirky watercolor folk art inspired painting. It is great for the beginner watercolorist. I am using my Etchr Everyday Sketchbook. I am going to use my Danielle Smith watercolor. I am using a micron pen and some bleed proof white, but you have the option of using marker, Sharpie, colored pencil, whatever you have, white gel pen for the little details. The whole point is just to have it be a lot of fun. So sit back, enjoy, grab you a cup of whatever you like to drink, and we will begin. And I want to say thank you to those who all have subscribed to me. I finally have reached the mile marker of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. You guys are truly 100% superstars. Here is the sketch that we will be doing. I will go ahead and let you pause the video and so you can sketch it out. We're gonna begin by, I wanna mask off some of the stuff here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and I am gonna go ahead and mask this off and then we will be back. Okay, we are going to begin with the sky, and I want to go with a very dark for the sky. So I want to take some of my Phthalo blue . And I am gonna take also some of this Jane's Gray. Because I want a really dark and moody feel. And I'm gonna make enough of it, but here's our color. As you know, I like to show you guys what I am doing. So we're gonna do the sky first. And while we're beginning the sky, I wanna thank everybody because I have finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I am really happy. I didn't think I would ever be able to do it. I will be having a video coming soon on how YouTube has changed my life in my 40s. So I'm dating myself. But I'm going to have a video on that if anybody is interested. And then it's getting ready to be plein air season. So I will have some plein air videos as well coming up in the near future. But I will not be abandoning the folk art. So what I'm hoping for is to have like maybe one video a week of plein air for those who are interested. And then have a video of the whimsical folk art because I am loving this. I don't want to give it up just because it's plein air season. So we're going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take a little bit more of this Jane's Gray. And I hope you can see what I'm doing because I'm going to put this up at the top and kind of work it down, because I want it to be pretty dark. And then we're going to have a lot of texture to this. But I thought for fun, we would do these little quirky little houses. And I love how playful it is. So today we're just going to play and have some fun. So I'm going to add a little bit of table salt. And I'm going to try not to do overkill, but we're going to go ahead and let the table salt dry, but I want it for some stars. And just add in a few. And then I think that is good. So I'm gonna put the extra into a napkin. So we got that. So while we're letting that dry, I'm going to go ahead and begin down here. And for this layer, I'm not sure about these, but I think I am going to go with, I want to take a little bit of quinacridone gold. It is one of my new favorite colors. And I think I'm going to take a little bit of this phthalo green shade and just kind of have a little bit of a dirty mix. And I kind of like how that goes against that. So I know I definitely want to put it down here. And I am using, for those who want to know, a size 10 round. I'm using my Cotman, Winsor & Newton Cotman round size 10. And I really do enjoy the Cotman series paintbrushes. I think they work really well and hold a great point. If anybody's ever interested in about watercolor brushes, please let me know. I have learned a lot in the past 2 years about it. So I think this color is going to work great. And while it is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of that quinacridone gold. Take a little bit more of this phthalo green shade, and I want to put it a little bit darker on the bottom. And just lightly fading it up. Taking my brush and dampen it so I can just go ahead and bring it up to the top. And I really love how that looks. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that alone. And we will come back once this and the sky is dry. So, okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the second hill. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it, so this way I gotta watch my memory on my phone. Okay, now we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna paint the middle section, and for that we are gonna use lunar earth and a mixture of geothite. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, and then we'll come back once it's, when we're done with that, we'll go ahead and then pause the video and come back and finish up with taking the the masking fluid off, and also then finishing it up with the trees and the houses. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the top layer and this layer. This is still drying, so I went ahead and removed the salt, and I removed the masking fluid. Right here, as you can see, a cauliflower, so I may choose to fix that afterwards. We'll see how it looks. So I went ahead and to our mixture, I added some Pyro Crimson to save a little bit of time. And we're going to go ahead and use this color for the trees, and I am loving it. So I'm taking my size 6 brush now of the Cotman round, and we're going to go ahead and fill these trees in. And I'm really going to like how this purple color contrasts. And just keeping this really whimsical and very low pressured. Because after all, this is just a fun painting. But these little whimsical folk art inspired paintings have been so much fun. Okay. And then we're going to use our P.H. Martin to fix our moon and probably add some more stars, so no worries. But I wanted to get this painting. And I really do love how everything is looking. So we're going to go ahead and fill in all the trees. I'm going to go ahead and after this tree, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up because we're using the same color on all the trees. So a lot of our color, we're trying to stick to a limited palette, but at the same time having fun and exploring color. So I will be back. Okay, so I went ahead and I put another coat of our blue mix onto the sky, and I'm just going to add in the stars with some of that P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. I didn't like how it was looking, and I had that cauliflower, so I went ahead and tried to fix it, and it still is not very perfect. I kind of still messed up over there, but that's okay. That's why we work in sketchbooks sometimes, and this is supposed to be just fun. So with that being said, we're gonna move on further, and this painting is turning out to be a hot mess, but that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta push through. So for the houses, I want a bright pop. So I'm going to go ahead and take some quinacridone gold, and I am going to water it down. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that Pyro Scarlet. And I kind of like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill this in because I am going to go ahead and either take our P.H. Martin white, or I am going to go ahead and take a black micron pen. I haven't decided yet, but it will be one or the other, and you guys can take your choice of what you want to do or fill it in with watercolor. That is perfectly fine. I am opting out, or you can use color pencils as well, because I was actually kind of thinking about color pencils, but I didn't know. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit more pink, because I do want to give it a whimsical folk art inspired feel. And I think the pink is going to go nice against the green. And this is where you want to use water control. I had too much water in a puddle, and that's how I ended up with it cauliflowering. So today's a video on what not to do. Okay, so we got that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this pinky color here. I'm going to go ahead and just move that a tiny little bit while I'm working in this far corner. And when you draw your houses, the key is to make them a little slanty because they're supposed to be a little quirky. So I was all about the fun today. After all, we do have to celebrate my 1,000 subs. I still cannot believe it. I am just, oh my gosh. So then I think we're going to make, I want to make an orange one, I think, in the center. Because why not? So taking some quinacridone gold and our pyro scarlet and watering it down and probably a little bit more quinacridone gold. And if you look, it's kind of making it like a burnt orange. I am loving it. So we're going to go ahead and fill this in. And for all the rows, we're just going to use Jane's Gray. Yeah, I love this color. Wow, so much fun. Okay. Just making sure it's filled in pretty good. Okay. So that is that one. And then we'll put in the rose. So moving down here, and we have this color. So why don't we do a bright blue house? So I want to take some of this phthalo green, and it had a little bit of color here, and it's going to just make a greenhouse. So we're going to do a bright, kind of bright, greenish color house here. I want them to be different colors. Because that's what's making part of the fun of this picture, of this painting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I want to shorten up that roof a little bit. There we go. So we got this nice green color here. And then I think I want another orange over here because I really like this orange color that we made. And this will go on both of these little houses here. So filling them in. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll be able to do some of the touches, but these houses have to dry, so we need to try to be careful not to bump it. And knowing me, per usual, I will probably bump it. So, well, we can probably go ahead and with these rows. So we're going to take this Jane's Gray and put that here. I like putting the colors so you guys can actually see what I'm using and any of the mixes. And if you guys want to, you know, do your houses slightly different, have more or less, however, make it your painting. You're allowed. You know, you can use mine for inspiration, or if you want to go ahead and follow it, you're more than welcome. This is just going to be a very simple, this is great for beginners when you just want to, you know, have fun and let loose. working on some art therapy. Some watercolor therapy, that is, if you want to be more precise. Okay, I need to quit being so fussy. And then these, will go ahead and can fill in these roofs now. I don't know why all of a sudden my desk is making noise as I paint, but that's okay. Let me see if you guys are in frame, because I keep on seeming to move the paper, so, okay. And there's that roof. Oops. Getting a little too free with the hand there. Too loose. And then we got one more. Sometimes you need that wrist room, so it's kind of difficult. The challenges of filming in YouTube. And here in the near future, I'll be working on an Etsy shop. So my goal for the Etsy shop is if you wanted to get a digital download of any of my paintings. And then I'm going to have, I got inspired by Debbie Walker from Debbie Walker Art, that she does these worksheets. So I want to start doing that so I can get a little bit of cash to help with supplies and such. And I need to start saving up for a computer, so this way I can do some lives. It's because right now I am currently doing everything on my cell phone, so I really need to get a new computer. I think I'm going to apply for a grant to see possibly if that would help. So I am desperately in need of a computer. Okay, so I think for the rest of the detail, we're going to go ahead and put our watercolor up. And then I'm going to use some of this PH Martin bleed proof white, because I want it for the moon to begin with, and then we'll go from there. So I think this PH Martin works great for cleanup work. I find it does really work well for it. Okay. Especially when you're dealing with some of the Falio colors, that they're very staining. I love the Falios, but they're just so staining. My desk is getting already a mess from it. So I'm going to go ahead and move to a smaller brush. And I am going to use my favorite detail brush, which is the Christy Rice from her first brush set. And I'm going in with this PH Martin. And what I'm going to do is I want to put the tree trunks down. And I want to use the white. So trying to keep it thinner at the top and kind of going a little thicker on the bottom. And then for this, we're going to go ahead and go down. And then I want to put like little branches. And then once again, kind of going down. And that's how I want the look. You guys can do your guys' variations slightly different if you want, or you can copy mine. But I'm just trying to give it a simple, whimsical feel. Nothing too serious, because that's part of the fun of these. And that's why they're pretty easy for the most part, and that's why I said they're really good for beginners, because you have to kind of practice your water control. There's some glazing, so there's just really simple techniques that you can use. So that we got the bleed proof white, I'm going to go ahead and rinse the brush, and I think we're just going to do the rest of the detail in a micron pen. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up, and I'm going to go ahead and take my 5 micron pen. It's in black. I have a sepia colored one, and I want to start using that. So I'm just going to trim these houses up here and give them a little bit more shape, and then filling in the windows. And I should have let this one dry a little bit more, but it'll be okay. And you can do the windows in however shape. They do not have to be perfect by any means. And then filling in the door. I want to get a brush pen, so for like bigger areas. I just have not got around to it. So I am loving how this looks. I got some paint there that shouldn't be there, but that's okay. That's the thing with these. You can truly make them yours. But I definitely want to get a brush pen. It makes this a little less tedious. Too many years of color pencil. And if anybody is curious how I use color pencil for landscapes or for this folk art, let me know. Please leave a comment. And if you guys like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Also, let me make sure you guys are still in view, and you are. Great. You guys are wanting to see something. I am learning florals, so even with florals, I'll be having a few videos on those. Just know that I am not the best, but that's the point of YouTube, that we can learn and grow together. My florals are going to be very loose and more the idea of water therapy. I have a lot of anxiety and depression with it. And so I use my art as a way to cope. And I am now a full-time artist. So these little whimsical paintings are just kind of easy and light-minded and very low pressured, that I'm really enjoying doing them. And I hope you guys are as well. And those who like my plein air videos, there will be some coming soon. They will not be as long and as detailed, but I think you guys will enjoy them nevertheless. And we're on our last house. And I love how this painting is turning out. It may not be perfect, but it has certainly been a lot of fun. And that's what matters. I wanted this painting for just some watercolor therapy, to be honest. Just something very low pressured. I didn't have anything really in mind, so this is just kind of where my imagination took me today. And I can tell you what, the way I grip my pen, it seriously kills my hand. I've done this since I was a child. I can't seem to break the habit of how I hold my pen. So, with that being said, try not to lead by my example on that, because your hands will be killing you. That's why I really want to get a brush pen. So, I'm going to make this door a little thinner. It's a little crooked, but I really love how it looks. I think this is turning out to probably be one of my favorite paintings, to be honest. And then I think I need to add a little bit more stars and hopefully fix that, so it'll be less of a distraction. But that is okay. I definitely know that this one has probably the most mistakes in it, but I really do think it's one of my favorites. I just love how the little houses turned out. So, like I said, if you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help support the channel and helps my channel grow. Trying to get better at my intros. I have to admit, introductions on here are sometimes so uncomfortable. So, okay. I love how this looks. So here in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, get things around, cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and do the big reveal. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, you guys. I really greatly appreciate it. And if you stay to the end, you are truly a superstar. You guys have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.